back to my channel if you happen to be new here. My name is Jess. As you guys can tell from the title of this video, I'm actually going to be doing the No Disclaimers book tag. This was originally can't even speak today. This was originally created by Catalyst Reads. I will link his channel down below, as well as I was tagged by Laura Pora, which you guys have heard me speak about her before on my channel. She's actually listed in my, like if you go to my homepage, she's listed in like the channels I binge section of that, but she did tag me in this, and it has been forever that I need to finally sit down and film it. I don't know what it is with me and tags recently, but I've been kind of like not really doing them. I think I just have too much going on creatively in my head recently to sit down and actually do them. So I did want to take the time today and finally film it, but there are 9 questions according to this, and I'm really excited to do them because from what I can see, they actually look really, really cool. So the first one, sorry if I'm looking down. I have my laptop here because I actually record audio through my mic on my phone, so I don't have access to my phone right now. But question number 1 is, which trope or tropes in books annoy you the most? I think when it comes to tropes in books that annoy me the most, honestly, like, I know this is kind of cliche, but I have to say insta-love. I don't appreciate insta-love at all. I think it's like overplayed and overdone, and I don't necessarily dislike books with romance. I wish there were more books without it, but for me, insta-love really just annoys me. I'm like, not for it. Not for it at all. Which writer or writers do you feel are overrated or overhyped is question number 2. Oh my god. Okay, so I didn't know that this was going to be like a mildly controversial question. Let me see if I have any books on my shelves that may fit that. Oh, okay, I know who I can pick. This might offend some people, but just try to remember that this is completely 100% my own opinion. You may disagree with that, and that's totally fine. But I have to say Maggie Stiefvater, for me, is a completely overhyped author. I don't know what it is about her vernacular or how she writes or what, but I just don't enjoy her as much as everyone else does. I honestly don't. I feel like there's just like a disconnect between me and her and me being able to enjoy her content. I did kind of like the Raven Boys. I like the ending of the Raven Boys. And I do want to continue with this series just to have read them because I really need to know what happens. But most of that book I heavily disliked, and I tried to read all the Crooked Saints, absolutely hated it, DNF'd it. I would probably just give it away if I could, but I actually wrote inside of that book. That's how much it frustrated me. So Maggie Stiefvater, top of the list for me. Number 3, what are your least favorite books you've read since joining BookTube? Okay, that's easy. I really didn't like all the Crooked Saints, tried to read it, couldn't read it. I really didn't like The Miniaturist by Jessie Burton. I didn't like Winter Song by S.J. Jones. What other books did I read that I really didn't like? That's probably the top 3 that pop into my head like right off the bat. Number 4 is a terrible ending that ruined an otherwise quality book. I don't know if I have any books like that. I don't think I can think of any, honestly. I tend to like endings of books. It has become something a little bit more important to me recently, like wanting to know how a book ends. I guess I could say The Warded Man. I just recently read that. I buddy read that with AJ from the Book Breakdown here on YouTube, and I didn't enjoy the ending as much as I thought I was going to because I feel like the ending, it went from a really well-paced book to a very rushed book. All the characters started acting differently at the end of it. If you want my full thoughts on it, it's actually on my blog. I posted that last night, Monday, when you guys finally see this, but I just really didn't like the ending of that book. It kind of actually annoyed me. That was like my one problem with that whole novel. Number 5, which fictional characters do you wish were not killed off? I don't know if I can speak about this on my channel because I don't know if everybody has read these books or not, but you should know who I'm talking about if you've read. I'm just gonna say it's somebody from A Darker Shade of Magic, and I'm still really pissed off about it. Like, very, very pissed off about it. There's also a character in 6 of Crows that dies, and even though I freaking hated that book, the character that died is like the only character that I gave a crap about. So those 2 characters, without saying too much, are the 2 that I'm really, really upset about. Number 6, what are some of your bookish pet peeves? The only bookish pet peeve I have is when series don't match. I have my copy of The Raven Boys does not match the rest of my novels. I have a ton of books that are mismatched. I have like mass market paperbacks, which I don't mind unless there is a series and they don't match, like my, what is it called? My Dark Tower series, they do not match. The first 2 or the first 3 are paperback, and then a couple of them are the giant floppy paperbacks, a couple of them are hardcovers. it drives me freaking insane. Like when you want to have your series together but you can't because the series doesn't even look good together, that actually really upsets me. Number 7, what are some books you feel should have more recognition? Okay, I'm gonna go with Neanderthal Opens the Door to the Universe. I don't understand why there's not a ton of hype surrounding that. It is such a good book and I wish people really loved it. I'm also gonna go with The Foxhole Court by Nora Sakovic. I think that is a wonderful series and I don't know why more people don't talk about it. And then We Are the Ants, because you guys have heard me speak about that so much on my channel. I won't sit here for 15 minutes and talk about it, but those are the top 3 books that I wish more people were excited about or more people just genuinely spoke about, because I think they're actually really, really wonderful books. Number 8, what are your thoughts on censorship and banning books? I don't think that there should be censorship or book banning ever. I think that there should be some kind of like trigger warning on books or something like that if we're going to have free reign of books and like not censored, not banned kind of things. I think that once you start banning literature, whether it be, you know, like stories, poems, books, whatever, or even music or movies or things like that, I think that you're kind of opening a door to banning other things, to a little bit more control over like us as like a populace. I'm actually a really big fan of Frank Zappa, and he was one of the first people to really be on like the music industry in a way that he was like, I don't think that anything should be censored. I feel like it should be more about the parents and like the music that they're listening to or the books that they're reading, things like that. If you guys are not familiar at all with Frank Zappa and you're at all interested in like censorship and, you know, nothing being censored, I think you should look into him. He's really, really smart about it as well. He has some great points and they're really well thought out, like way more thought out than I'm gonna be able to provide. But I don't think that censorship should be a thing, because I feel like I said, once you start censoring things, eventually it's gonna be like Fahrenheit 451 and we're gonna lose all of our information. And it is a good way to like idea share as well. So I don't think anything should be censored, honestly. I think that it was absolutely stupid that anything was censored to begin with. And question number 9 is, who do you tag? I'm gonna tag Sam from That Bookish Gamer. I'm going to tag G because I always tag G. I'm gonna tag Sylvia, although she's probably done this before, because honestly, like Sylvia's so on it with tags and like booktube that I am not. So she's probably done it as well. I'm gonna tag Morgan from Morgie Reads, and then I'm gonna tag Rhiannon from Crescent Moon Reads. But that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I actually really like this tag. I think that's really cool. And it is an original tag that he did. So I think this is really great. I think that these are some really pressing questions that I think a lot of us should have to answer. But I hope you guys are having a good week, and I will see you guys in my next video.